A movie star by any reckoning, Daniel Radcliffe, still thought of as Harry Potter by millions, has a new film out. It's quite different from what he's done before.
Be careful. You are not in Wonderland.
In Kill Your Darlings, Radcliffe is playing Allen Ginsberg in his younger days, an American poet who became a major cultural figure. The film, set in New York in the 1940s, has a murder in its plot, but essentially it's the story of Ginsberg's coming of age. It tells of his relationships with other individuals who went on to become members of the Beat Generation, a group of anti-establishment writers and artists. At Columbia University in New York, Ginsberg, who was gay, found himself drawn to a charismatic fellow student, Lucienne Carr.
You who have suffered, find where love hides.
And what about Allen Ginsberg? Is he someone that you admire? If you were in another life, would you like to be him in a way?
I'm not sure I would have enjoyed being him. His life seemed really complicated, actually, and particularly in the older he got, and it just, yeah, more and more complicated. So I don't think I'm quite happy with my own life. But I do, he's somebody I have a huge amount of admiration for because of really since doing the film, because of the person he was. He was a very interesting guy with with potential to be quite bitter and resentful about his upbringing, because he had a very tempestuous relationship with his father and with his mother, of course, who was, very mentally disturbed, and that affected and impacted his whole life, and yet he, by all accounts, was a very compassionate, kind, warm person.
Playing Allen Ginsberg is one of the latest acting adventures for Daniel Radcliffe, who was just 12 years old when the first Harry Potter film was released. There were 8 Potter pictures altogether. The last came out in 2011. Since then, Radcliffe has been doing all he can to prove that he can act in a wide range of projects. He's avoided big Hollywood extravaganzas. Your acting career has gone incredibly well since the end of the Harry Potter films. Did you at that time wonder whether or not you'd be able to develop a career with an acting identity quite separate from that?
There is a stereotype or whatever that goes along with child actors, that either they burn out or that they don't make it into a successful adult career. But yeah, I think it's just about showing willing to take risks and then hopefully people give you opportunities. That's what I've been given, the opportunity to show more of what I can do. If I hadn't been, I'd be screwed.
You seem to be staying away from big Hollywood studio productions. The films that you've done have all been independent films in a way. Do you think that the studios need to embrace more original material? Because there was a feeling, especially this year with the summer blockbusters, that creatively Hollywood was pretty dead.
Yeah, the truth is that, most of the really interesting scripts that I've read since coming out of Potter have been independent films. But, Frankenstein is a movie I'm about to do, which is with a studio, and it's the first studio film I've really done since Potter, and it's because it is, it's not an original idea in terms of it's Frankenstein, but it is a totally original take, and it's very imaginative and smart, and hopefully will demand something of an audience.
He wants my help, and I don't know if I should give it to him.
He calls you his guardian angel.
That's what he called David.
Kill Your Darlings is good news for Daniel Radcliffe. He's been earning some nice reviews for his portrayal of Allen Ginsberg. Critics are treating him seriously for his non-Harry Potter roles. It may be too soon to render a verdict, but he does seem to be making the transition from child star to respected adult actor very effectively.